called Midnight Madness. Now on the island we have a number of churches. You can practice any religion you like. To my left hand side we have one of our Methodist church. Now keep in mind guys, this is Ebenezer Methodist Church. Now keep in guys, every church on the island comes with its own underground Bishop Leonard. All of the schools I went to closed down. Oh yeah, everyone closed. That's closed. Now to my right hand side, this is called the what? Now the folks behind me should know this tree right to my right hand side. This is this is called a silk cotton tree. Our ancestors brought that all the way from Africa back in the 1600s. Now the roots from that tree can also grow as high as this wall, and they can fan out for some 30 feet. They also have them in India. Anna Nicole Smith, you guys remember her? Also her son Danny, and also John Travolta's son Jet. Now, Anna Nicole, she died in Hard Rock Cafe, but she's buried here on the island, so they had to store her body at the morgue. Her son Danny, he OD'd at home. Yeah, by the time they got him there, it was too late. Okay, I want to go to my left hand side if I can get in that lane. So I can get to the left hand side. Oh, okay. No. Now this building to my left hand side, folks, this also used to be a cotton plantation. This used to be owned by a Mr. Ralph Collins, a prominent businessman and politician. And he actually built this house as a wedding gift for his wife on their wedding day. This structure to my left. Show off. Yeah, I just bought my wife a ring. Yeah, government bought the structure, renovated it, and today they use it as a national museum. Now this is also the largest property we have on the island. That can go back for about 3 miles. Government bought it, they bought it, cut up the property, and parts of it they use as a park. Now the pink and yellow buildings to my left coming up, this would be our public hospital called the Princess Margaret Hospital. It's just $10 to register and just $10 to see the doctor. Out front, that is the new critical care block that was completed a few months ago. Now the reason why it's only $10 to see the doctor is because the government implemented a program called National Insurance. Oh yeah, they had that from about 1970s and 70s. And they would take X amount of dollars out of your paycheck every week to go towards things of that nature. Also out front, there's another one of those silk cotton trees. Okay, now this street that we're turning on, it is called Victoria Avenue. To my left of Victoria Avenue, this area would be the A&E, Accident and Emergency. On my right hand side, this is limestone. Now this area used to be a larger limestone formation. So guess what? In the 1600s, the slaves had to cut this area out using blocks to construct one of our forts called Fort Fincastle. That's Fort Fincastle on my right hand side. Alright? They also cut some steps out in this area, folks, called, this car's parked right in front of it, called the 66 steps. That would be the 60 steps straight ahead, or the Queen's Staircase. It's not a stop, it's just a drive-by. The Queen's Staircase, each step represents every year that the Queen reigned on the throne. And also to my left again, that tower, that is the water tower, used to supply water for the folks that live in this area called Bennett's Hill. Now the water tower, it is now closed, but the government uses the water tower as a lighthouse. Now the light on top can be seen by ships some 20 miles out to sea. There you go. Now the forts were built by Lord Dunmore back in the 1700s to defend the island from invaders. At the time we were expected to be invaded by the French. But the French, they never showed up. Anybody from France on board? See what I'm talking about? The French never showed up. Now the limestone that was cut into blocks, some of them was also used to construct our police headquarters. Straight ahead, we call it the police barracks. Now many of the government buildings would be color-coded. When you see green and white, that would be a police station. All right? Now the police barracks also comes with a small jailhouse and also a fire station. A 10-acre estate called Mount Fitzwilliam. Out front there's a statue of a gentleman that came here back in 1492. He stood right there and he never left. Anybody know who that is? Oh, we got some smart folks. Well, at least he didn't say Edgar Allan Poe in spandex. So Walter Raleigh in spandex. I had one guest, they said that looks like Columbo. You remember Columbo the detective?
Yeah.
The lady said because he's wearing the same trench coat. I had to leave her alone. Now you may also notice that many of our government buildings, they are painted pink. That is because of our national bird, which is called the what?
Flamingo.
The pink flamingo. There you go. To my left, we have the Great Cliff Hotel and Restaurant, which was voted to be one of the top 10 restaurants in the world by Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Great Cliff also boasts to have some 200,000 bottles of wine in their cellar. And guess what? Right now we are on top of the cellar. No jumping up and down. No jumping up and down. There's also a bottle of wine that costs about $200,000. It's about this big. It's half a shot. Not even a full shot. I'm serious. Yes, sir. It's about, they display it when we do the tours on the inside. It's about this big. Now, a number of famous guests have called Great Cliff their home, including Aristotle Onassis, Sir Winston Churchill, we had the Beatles, Kenny Rogers, we even had Martin Luther King Jr. The metal sculpture, I wish we could go inside, you guys could see some of our famous paintings. On Sunday, the locals go inside for free. Have I been inside? Negative. But it's oh yes, another cotton tree outside. See the white flower? See the yellow flower on that tree right there? Yeah, that's going to turn into cotton. Yeah, I need to go in and take my kids on the inside. Now on the island, folks, we have a celebration called Junkanoo. Remember I told you about the bleachers that they have downtown? Now the locals who dress up in costumes like the ones you're going to see on my right and on my left hand side.
Oh, those are pretty.
Now, imagine 12 groups, each group 2,000 to 3,000 strong on Bay Street, dress up in costumes, performing from about 10 at night until about 8 o'clock the following evening. That is our Bahamian flag. Aquamarine represents the water, the gold represents the sun, the black represents the strength of the people. That condo is now the residence of our first Bahamian Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Oscar Pindley. He was also the longest serving head of state in the Western Hemisphere. He served for some 25 years. He was very instrumental in the development of the country. He requested the government that after his death, that he be buried in the same graveyard that his parents are buried in. Now his widow, Mrs. Pindley, she's still alive, 83 years strong, and she is in no hurry to join her husband. Alright? And incidentally, she is now our second female Governor General. She sits on Government Hill. Now we're riding through another residential area, folks. It is known as Chippenham, the houses you see. That's what the locals live in. And we also participate in something to my right hand side called backyard farming. Okay, my folks, I'm in there. See if you see anything you recognize. Now this tree right here, the willow looking type of tree, do you know what that is? What is that? That's mint. You know about mint? You might use the lip.
you have to pay to get in.
That's why he said don't go in.
Oh, I thought you said don't go in because you get lost.
Nice view, huh?
Foods that would be like the fried chicken, deep fried chicken and french fries. The deep fried conch and french fries, we call it crack conch. Now the conch is not on crack, that's just deep fried conch. That's where we get those local dishes from. To my left again, the peach buildings would always be a school. That would be one of our primary school called Albury Sale Primary School. Now this street that we're on, it is called Nassau Street. Now Nassau Street is both residential and commercial. Alright? To my right hand side, what do we have, folks? We have one of our monastery for the St. Martin Benedictine sisters. Okay, folks from India, what about this one here? You know I was going to pick on you guys, right? That's a breadfruit tree. You guys got that back home because, like I said, many of these trees came from your country. There you go. Yeah, this is another breadfruit tree. Now this Bahamian lady, what is she selling to my left? That would be sour or lemons. Lemons. Oh yeah, now the mixture that she has in those bottles, that would be lemons mixed with pepper. Okay, now but we use that to season a lot of our meats. Like when we get fish, the way we cook our fish, you just squeeze some of that on it, that will season your whole pot. Oh yeah. Then she also got sugar cane. Alright. On one of our islands called Andros, we have so many crabs, you won't be able to see the sand on the beach when they're walking.
Land crabs?
Land crabs. And sometimes they can dig about 10 feet into the ground. Yeah. They are all edible. We got 101 ways to prepare the crab. Crab soup, crab and dough, peas and rice and crab and grits. Now the buildings to my left hand side, this would be COB, or the College of the Bahamas. The local kids will go to our primary school, junior high, high school, they graduate, come to COB, they can get their associates, their bachelor's and master's degree in a number of subjects here in the island. And right now, COB, or the College of the Bahamas, they are expanding to become the University of the Bahamas. That's it, under construction. And back there, that's the Harry C. Moore Information Center. You guys in the US might have the Library of Congress. We have the Harry Seymour Building. And also to my left again, the Bahamas Tourism and Training Center. That's also a culinary school to my left hand side. I can feel you. Now on that map, on your map you might say Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. Now to my left hand side, this is our track and field stadium, which was donated by the People's Republic of China at about some that was about $50+ million when they did this here. Oh yeah, it's an Olympic certified track and field stadium. You can play football, rugby, soccer, any track and field event. And it also hosted the World Relays twice. And guess who won? Jamaica. Africa set a world record here as well. There's also the Walk of Fame, the Sports Legend Walk. Anybody want to see some of our national heroes? Any sports guy? You want to check and look at some of our national heroes that won the gold? So